Now, there are different rituals of yajna. If we want to perform such yajnas for sacrificing clarified butter, grains, there are different, so many kinds of yajna. It is not possible in this age. For this age, the particular type of sacrifice which is recommended, we had some sample of it yesterday in our this lot. Yajñaiḥ saṅkīrtana-prāyair yajanti su-medhasaḥ. In this age, it is very difficult to perform all those rituals. First thing, it is very difficult to obtain all the ingredients for sacrificing method, and people are not very well-to-do. They cannot secure also. The symptoms of the people of this age is also described. prāyeṇālpāyuṣaḥ sabhya kalāv asmin yuge janāḥ. Prāyeṇā, in this age, people are generally short living. They are not living for more than 60 or 70 years. Formerly, they were living more than 100 years. Gradually, their duration of life is decreasing. And it is stated also that it will decrease to such an extent that any man who is living from 20 to 30 years, he will be considered a very old man. That is also stated in the Bhagavad. Of course, that is not yet come, but it will come in this age. So, the symptoms of the people of this age are described that people are of very short life. prāyeṇālpāyuṣaḥ sabhya kalāv asmin yuge janāḥ manda, and they are very lazy and slow. Slow and lazy means that they do not know that this life is meant for spiritual realization. So they are very lazy. All right, spiritual realization we shall see later on. Let us enjoy life, that's all. So this is a great disqualification of the human being, that they are not wake up for spiritual realization. Lazy, manda. And manda bhagya, manda sumanda matayo. And if somebody is at all interested for some spiritual enlightenment, then unfortunately manda sumanda, they adopt some spiritual method which is not recognized. Spiritual realization with relationship with God is no spiritual realization. The whole spiritual realization means one must understand his relationship with the Supreme Lord. But generally in these age, they want to avoid the conception of God, and at the same time they want to be spiritually advanced. Therefore they are called sumanda mataya. A very degraded form of spiritual realization without concession of God. Sumanda matayo, mandas lazy, and if they are at all interested in some spiritual realization process, they try to avoid the conception of God. Sumanda matayo. And manda bhagya means unfortunate. People of this age, mostly, they are not very fortunate. In any part of the world, they are not very fortunate. They do not get things, desirable things, very easily. Our desirable things are 4 things for living purposes. Ahara, nidra, bhayamaithunancha. Eating, sleeping, and defense and mating. These are our, generally, so far as our body is concerned, So these things are also not easily available. Samanda samandamatayo mandabhagya upadhrita, and at the same time, in spite of all these disqualifications, they are always disturbed in mind. Why disturbed? That they are roga sokadivi, for some lamentation and for some disease. So this is the condition of the people of this age, and it is very difficult for them to follow the system of sacrifice which was being performed in the older days. Now for them in this age, Lord Chaitanya recommended this sacrifice, this saṅkīrtana-prāyair, which we are trying to perform here. Yajñaiḥ saṅkīrtana-prāyair yajanti su-medhasaḥ. Now those who have got better brain, they will adopt this process of saṅkīrtana-prāyair for satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. That will be helpful for the men of this age. That is recommended in Bhagavatam. Now either you adopt this yajna or that yajna according to your capacity. But you must have to perform yajna. Without yajna you cannot be happy.